Hello and welcome to my channel, your go-to source for the latest in WWE 24. Don't forget to follow and subscribe for all the updates. Let's dive right in.
WWE is on the road to WrestleMania, and Roman Reigns is set to compete for the world title for the first time in 2 years at the event. Meanwhile, a Bloodline member gave his real take on whether Jey Uso is the next tribal chief in the making. Last month, Jey Uso confronted CM Punk for the words he used against his family, while Roman Reigns appeared and dealt with the World Heavyweight Champion. Main event Jey was forced to leave. As Uso was leaving, he commanded Reigns to teach Punk a lesson for disrespecting their family. A discourse began online that Jey Uso could be in line to become the next tribal chief in the Stamford-based promotion. Speaking on Rikishi Fatu off the top, Rikishi Fatu, Jey Uso's father, weighed in on the situation and reacted to the entire segment from WWE or AW. Fatu believes the former World Heavyweight Champion used the word due to his frustration in the situation and wasn't trying to replace the original tribal chief. Moreover, the WWE Hall of Famer added that he never felt Jey commanded Roman Reigns, and the 40-year-old star did what he wanted to do in the situation. "I think Jey Uso was just saying for the moment. We can see the difference between Jey and Jimmy. So whatever verbiage Jey has used that day, I don't see that because he said, 'Smash him,' and that was Roman's quote. I think that was just the word that came to his mind because he was so frustrated by my understanding that they were pushing him out. At the end of the day, I don't feel that Jey was commanding Roman Reigns to do that," Rikishi said. Will WWE crown Jey Uso as the new tribal chief after Roman Reigns? In 2020, Jey Uso was Roman Reigns' right-hand man on WWE SmackDown when the tribal chief character was in its early days. Main event Jey carved his own path to the top of the card without his family ties and eventually captured the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 41. While his run has drastically changed following his loss to Gunther, Fightful reported that the management has no plans to crown Jey Uso as the next tribal chief in the Stamford-based promotion. The USOs will most likely team up with LA Knight to take on the Vision and Isho Speed at WrestleMania 42 in Nevada. The question that has been echoing across the WWE universe for months is finally reaching a boiling point. Is Jey Uso ready to replace Roman Reigns as the tribal chief? With the ongoing evolution of the Bloodline storyline, the idea no longer feels like fantasy. It feels like an inevitable turning point waiting to explode. And now, a WWE Hall of Famer has weighed in with a bold and 100% real opinion, adding even more fuel to an already raging fire. The rise of Jey Uso. From tag team specialist to main event player. For years, Jey Uso was known primarily as one half of one of the greatest tag teams in WWE history alongside his brother Jimmy Uso. But everything changed in 2020 when Roman Reigns returned with a new persona, the dominant, manipulative tribal chief. Jey Uso became the emotional backbone of that story. Their feud inside Hell in a Cell was not just a match. It was a transformation. Jey went from loyal family member to conflicted soldier, eventually falling in line under Roman's rule. But in doing so, he gained something invaluable: credibility as a singles star. Fast forward to today, and Jey Uso is no longer just part of the bloodline. He's a certified main event attraction. Whether it's his electric crowd entrances or his ability to deliver emotionally charged promos, Jey has carved out his own identity. Fans chant, "Yeet" with him. They believe in him. And most importantly, they see him as someone who could realistically carry the mantle. Roman Reigns, the standard of greatness. Before discussing any successor, it's important to understand the magnitude of what Roman Reigns has built. Roman didn't just become champion, he redefined what it means to be a top guy in WWE. His tribal chief character brought layers of storytelling, family dynamics, and psychological warfare rarely seen in wrestling. He dominated opponents. He manipulated allies. He created a dynasty. Replacing Roman Reigns isn't just about winning a title. It's about inheriting a legacy. And that's where things get complicated. The Hall of Famers, 100% real, take. A WWE Hall of Famer recently addressed the speculation, and didn't hold back. According to the legend, while Jey Uso has grown tremendously and proven himself as a singles competitor, replacing Roman Reigns as the tribal chief is not that simple. The Hall of Famer emphasized, Roman Reigns operates on a different level of aura and presence. The tribal chief role isn't just about popularity, it's about control, fear, and dominance. Jey Uso connects emotionally, but Roman commands psychologically. However, the most interesting part of the take was this. Jey Uso may not replace Roman Reigns, but he could redefine what the tribal chief means. That subtle distinction changes everything. A new kind of tribal chief? What if the future of the bloodline isn't about copying Roman, but evolving beyond him? Roman's version of leadership was built on fear and manipulation. He ruled through dominance and demanded acknowledgement. Jey Uso, on the other hand, represents something different. Resilience. He endured Roman's abuse and broke free. Connection. Fans genuinely relate to his journey. Passion. His energy feels raw and authentic. If Jey becomes tribal chief, it might not look like Roman's reign at all. Instead of a tyrant, we could see a leader of the people, a tribal chief who fights with his family instead of controlling them. The emotional weight of the story. One of the reasons this potential transition is so compelling is the emotional history between Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. This isn't just about titles or status. It's about betrayal, loyalty, family hierarchy, redemption. Jey was the first to challenge Roman's authority. He was also the first to fall in line. For him to rise again and take the throne would be full-circle storytelling at its finest. Imagine the moment. Jey stands in the ring. Roman is down. The crowd is roaring. And for the first time, Jey isn't saying, "I acknowledge you." He's being acknowledged. The role of Jey Uso and the bloodline. Of course, Jey's journey cannot be separated from Jey Uso. Their brotherhood has been tested, broken, and rebuilt multiple times throughout the bloodline saga. Jey's allegiance could play a crucial role in determining whether Jey truly ascends to tribal chief status. Will Jey support Jey? Or will history repeat itself with another betrayal? And what about the rest of the bloodline? With new members potentially entering the fold and alliances constantly shifting, the power structure is far from stable. WWE's creative direction. A slow burn. WWE has shown incredible patience with the bloodline storyline. Rather than rushing major moments, the company has allowed tensions to simmer, characters to evolve, and stakes to grow organically. This suggests that if Jey Uso is destined to become tribal chief, it won't happen overnight. It will be earned through struggle, built through storytelling, cemented through a defining victory, possibly on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. Fan reaction. The ultimate deciding factor. At the end of the day, WWE thrives on audience reaction, and right now, Jey Uso has it in abundance. Crowds are behind him in a way that feels organic and powerful. They're not just cheering for moves. They're cheering for the man. That kind of connection is rare, and it's exactly what's needed to carry a role as significant as tribal chief. Final verdict. Replacement or evolution? So, is Jey Uso set to replace Roman Reigns as the tribal chief? The 100% real answer might be this. No, he's not meant to replace Roman Reigns. He's meant to follow him, and then change the game entirely. Roman Reigns created the tribal chief era. Jey Uso might be the one to redefine it. And if that moment comes, it won't just be a title change. It will be the next chapter in one of WWE's greatest stories ever told.